Now go into our meditation. Usually we try to sit in a comfortable position. We close our eyes. We keep the back straight. We keep the neck straight. We try to take a few deep breaths. So if you can start taking a few deep breaths, breathe in all the way to the top of the breath, up to the count 4 if you can, or even 6. Hold it, then exhale to the count 4. Let's do that one more time. We're trying to take less breaths. We're trying to slow down the heart rate. You're trying to make the body more comfortable. Breathe in, up to 4. Hold it. Exhale. Let's do that just one more time. Let's inhale all the way to 4. Let's exhale. When you can, keep the eyes closed, please. And we'll do a small meditation here. Just for the purposes of our meditation, Bhagavan reminds us in Bhagavad Gita, Bhumi Rapo Analo Vayu Kammano Buddhirevacha, that all the things you see around you, Bhumi Rapo Analo Vayu, fire, water, earth, air, and space, they're all mine. They all belong to me. This is my apara, my para-prakriti. This is my lower energy. So these things belong to Bhagavan. So whenever you see these, know that these are an expansion of God and not something that God has only created and left here and He's living in heaven. It's like a spider in the web. There's no web without the spider, but a web is not the spider. But neither is the web disconnected from the spider. The web is an expansion of the spider. In the same way, these elements are an extension of Bhagavan. Chiti Jalapavak Gagan Samira. So now, for those of us who have gone to the Ganga, it might be easier if you haven't. And maybe just take a quick peek at the screen. I think we've put up a video there with the Ganga flowing. Just have an idea what it looks like. The Ganga is crystal clear if you've gone to Rishikesh or Haridwar. So in your imagination, see the Ganga flowing very brilliantly, the water gushing. It's rumbling from the Himalaya, from Gangotri, the mouth of the Ganga. Remember, the Ganga is initiated from the toenail of Bhagavan into the Kamandal of Brahmaji, was brought on earth by the tapasya of Bhagirath, onto the jata of Bhagavan Shankar, and then on earth as Ganga. Till today, the Ganga emanates and originates from Gangotri, where Shankar Bhagavan resides, and flows all the way into the Bay of Bengal, where it gives life and sustenance to over 500 million people. Imagine that Ganga flowing. Enjoy the peace of the sound, of the vision of the Ganga. And as devotees, when we go to the Ganga, we make a little offering. That offering, more times than not, is in the form of a little flame, a little fire. And so imagine that you've been given a diya to do arti to the Ganga, and you're doing arti, you're standing in Rishikesh and you're passing this fire in your hands, doing arti in the Ganga. And then you release your offering into the Ganga as you ask Bhagavan, Ganga Mai, to take away anything that is a disruption to your life. You keep your eyes on that flame. If you look carefully in that flame, keep your eyes closed in your imagination, you will see that there's an outer flame and there's an inner flame. Look at that point above the inner flame. There's a little gap above the inner flame. In your imagination, take your eyes away from the entire flame and focus it on that inner flame, that gap between the inner and the outer flame. There are many people around us singing and chanting. The Ganga represents the water that we're made of, God's energy. The Diya consists of all the other things that God says that belongs to Him. The earth, an earthen Diya. It needs the wind, it needs the air to keep lit. There's a fire there. It takes up space, that Diya. So all the elements are right there as you focus the mind that Diya. How beautifully it's flickering. All these things that we see around us, the water and all the other elements, all the people, in our spiritual lives, these represent the distractions that we'll face in life. Distractions meaning these are the things that the mind is locked onto. So this time, we'll take our gaze upwards. Let's stop looking at the Diya, let's stop looking at the Ganga and the people, and look upwards, like we're looking into space. As you look into space, you'll see the clouds, and the clouds are moving and blocking you from seeing the vastness of space. These clouds represent your thoughts. We have space, we have people and distractions on earth, and now we have clouds that represent our thoughts. These are also distractions in our lives, in our meditation. So focus on these clouds and try to see between the clouds. Try to see beyond the clouds. There is space there. Like when we're traveling in an aeroplane above the clouds, there's nothing there. It's only vastness. Let's work our way beyond the clouds as we sit in a Pushpak Viman, in Bhagwan's vehicle that is operated by the mind. It cannot fall. Feel safe. As we move beyond the clouds and we're very high, there we should try to become one with the space, because there's space around you, there's space inside you, and that makes you one with the space. Everything becomes very relaxed and very open. There's no stress, there's no tension. They all dissolve, because now, for miles and miles and miles, all you can see is space. It's not like outer space where it's dark and black, but it's beyond the clouds where there's a vast openness. And you're present in that space. Don't get distracted. Get a feeling that your mind is like that space, free and open, just like the way you see space. There's nothing there. But you know that even that space is Bhagavan. You can see him in the distance. You can see a drawing of your favorite form of God in that space. There's nothing else. There are no thoughts like the clouds. There are no distractions like the water and the fire and the people. It's just you, your mind, and Bhagavan. This is where we want to keep the mind in our meditation. Mind should be locked and focused on God. And when you do so, then all the things we discussed in Bhakti, the world will become your oyster, because the mind is locked in God. Enjoy the peace. Enjoy the vastness. Enjoy the lightness that you feel. Enjoy your freedom from distraction. Enjoy your unity with Bhagavan. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai.